Well, even though we are well and truly into 2018 already, I'm still going to wish you a Happy New Year. I hope you had a great, relaxing time with loved ones at the end of 2017. And I know that you've all been knitting madly and creating some wonderful woolly things since the last time we spoke, which was, I think, 5 to 6 months ago. It's been ages, I know. I will talk about that. This video is going to be a quick, famous last words, quick discussion about what you can expect to change here on this channel over the next 12 months. I'm Adrian, welcome back to ALTERKNIT. Midway through 2017, somebody contacted me on Lavalier asking for advice about starting a podcast or a knitting channel here on YouTube. And whilst I was flattered, I've only been doing this for a year or two, I did give her my advice. And part of that advice was a link to a conversation that was happening on Lavalier about what you as viewers like and dislike about podcasts, knitting podcasts. Granted, this conversation started years ago when the only podcasts around were audio-only podcasts, but it has evolved to include channels like this, which are audio and visual as well. I advised her to take it with a pinch of salt because some people went in hard telling us what they hated about us. And a big part of it was that people hated when somebody came on a podcast or a video and explained an absence and apologized for it and all of that kind of thing. And that's not what this is, because I'm not going to apologize for the time that I've spent away. It's helped me to feel some sense of urgency to get some more content out, because now I have things that I want to talk about. And a big part of why I've been gone for so long was laziness. It's time consuming and difficult to do these videos. And more often than not, there's one aspect of it that just didn't work at all, which often means filming it all over again. And sometimes you just don't have the energy for that, so you don't do it. But I do this on my spare time in the weekends, and sometimes I just don't feel up to it. And I think what happened was that I felt that kind of way, and then it just kept going. And I just got in a groove of not making any content. Another aspect of this absence has been the content that I'm making. I just didn't really feel like I had a whole lot to say. I wasn't really sure about direction. And so instead of just continuing to put out a video week after week or whatever it was, not that I was doing week after week by the end of it, I just thought, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to think about where I want to go with all of this, the kinds of stuff that I want to talk to you about. And then when I've got some material, then when I've got some ideas, I'll come back to you. I'm not going anywhere. I'll always be here. And those of you who follow me over on Instagram, I know I kind of disappeared from there for a while too. But things are different this year. I have mapped out a plan and we'll see how well that goes. I already looked at my plan and thought, why did I think I could make an entire episode about that? I can talk, I can ramble, but not for that long about that. But anyway, I've got a sort of like run list of episodes that I want to talk to you about, and I'm really, really excited because I have kind of changed up a little bit of the format. I'm going for longer videos, which, if you've been watching from the beginning, you'll realize that I was always like, no, I don't like long videos. I'm not going to give you an hour and 25 minutes. I don't know that I could talk about anything for that long, but certainly some slightly longer videos that incorporate the TMI component of what was the first season of ALTERKNIT. For people who are new or who maybe didn't pick it up, TMI was kind of like a little special format video that I did, which was to explain in depth about a topic that I found really interesting. And a lot of that in the earlier days was talking about the processing of all the different kinds of fibers. These were the things that I found incredibly interesting when I started learning about knitting and just getting into this entire world of fiber. I am the kind of person who will look into a lot of the details about something and research something. If I'm interested in it, I'll research all different kinds of aspects. So it wasn't good enough for me to know that there was acrylic and there was wool and there was all of this sort of stuff. I needed to know what was wool and why do we knit with it and why do people love it so much. So I will put links to those videos down below because I still think that they're quite interesting. But what I'm going to do now, instead of making an entire TMI video for you to do, it will be incorporated in a lot of the videos that I'm doing now. I'm not I'm not the most technically proficient knitter. So for me, doing actual tutorials just sort of didn't seem right. And it's something that I started in the beginning because I just thought that's what you're supposed to do. But I've since realized that that's not what you want to see from me because I'm not any good at it, which is fine. But I do think that it would be nice to have a look, tabletop view, and just have a chat whilst I knit a row of a project that I'm working on. And I'm just kind of like dubbing this knit a row in my head. So there will be a couple of videos where we will knit a row of a pattern. Obviously I won't, give you the whole pattern or anything because a lot of these are paid patterns. But if you like it, and I'll talk about the techniques that are required in it, because sometimes, I don't know if you've had this, but I buy a pattern and I think, that's okay, that looks not too bad. I read the techniques that are involved and then I start to knit it and I just can't do it. Is that just me? Probably is. Anyway, whatever. So that'll be incorporated into some videos as well. Some of the topics that I've got coming up that I am really excited about, I want to take a look at colorwork knitting, stranded, Norwegian, Fair Isle, what is it? How does it differ? Does it differ? Is it all the same? And then I want to talk about some techniques that I've picked up as well. I get really obsessive about the floats on the back of the work. And if you haven't done any color work, using multiple colors in the one line means that you have to carry both yarns across the back of the work and in little sort of horizontal strands. And I'm obsessive about not making them too long. So I'll talk about little techniques that I have in that same video as well. So the format is going to encompass a little bit more in each video, hopefully, except this one, which is just your good old standard Adrian rambling that we all know and love. I'm also going to do some videos on different topics like the Hygge movement, the collapse of the Australian yarn industry, and some others that I'm not going to let you know about just yet because I don't want to give away the whole thing. I'll still be doing some reviews, and in fact I've got some yarn here with me today that I'm doing a review from that I'm going to show you in a moment. But I'll be doing some yarn reviews, and I'll even be looking at some collections as well and talking about my impressions of the collections and what I do and don't like about them, if there is anything I don't like about them. When you have a channel on YouTube, it is kind of important to have a look at the views for your different videos, because it's how you guys tell us that, you're not really interested or it's not being found. View time is also really important as well. So if I look at a video and people are all tuning out after 2 minutes, then it hasn't kept your attention and it hasn't been something that you want to see. And there was one video that has kind of recently just started to gain a lot more traction. It's a review video. As more and more people are being exposed to this particular product, I guess they're finding that video. And somebody commented and said, it took you 12 minutes to open that package. Well, hi, you must be new here because that's how we roll on this channel. I talk a lot and do very little knitting. But luckily for you, there are heaps of channels out there where people are doing lots of awesome work and you get to see all their finished projects and their works in progress. That is something that I'm hoping to improve this year or increase, especially since now I have this table here and I want to be able to show you the things that I'm working on or things that I've finished. Train of thought, left the station. I'm still standing on the platform, whatever. So let's get started with an unboxing. And oh look, so quick. Didn't have to wait 12 minutes. I have some yarn here from the Fiberists. They contacted me on Lavalier and they wanted me to review their product. And I'm more than happy to, especially since they're a male-owned business. And I think that, it's fantastic to support men in knitting as well. Get rid of all the noises. Ooh. Oh, what were you? Oh, I didn't even see this when I opened the package. This is a little pin. How cute is that? Okay, I love it. Let me get out of the packet. Those of you sciencey people out there, or people who have done chem in high school, kind of looks like a little tile from the periodic table, doesn't it? Well, you're very clever because that's kind of the whole point with the Fiberists. They have scientifically themed products, which I think is it's really cute and interesting, and I haven't seen that before. So let's have a look at this first one here. So the Fiberist, exploring the world of color and fiber. This is called hopper fingering. Now, the different yarn bases are all named for different scientists. We've got here the Newton worsted. So the hopper fingering is 60% merino wool, 20% yak, and 20% cultivated silk. One of the cute little touches is that on the label here, they have the scientific names of the different fibers. So it's just a really cute touch. And a lot of the colorway names are from the natural world, so either plant, animal, mineral. This one is called natural, so, you know. But it's a lovely sort of like, oh my God, me in colors. It's tweedy, well, not tweedy. Yeah, it's tweedy. This is where I become unhinged. It's tweedy. It's got sort of like a grayish brown base. It's, you know, it's kind of like the sort of color that would be called oatmeal or something. And yeah, it's beautiful. So we get here 100 grams, which is 398 yards, 364 meters. And it definitely is a next to the skin fiber. You can feel that just in the skein here, that it is nice and soft. I mean, it's merino, yak, and silk, so those are three really soft. I mean, if you had cashmere in there, it probably couldn't get any softer. The Newton worsted, I was really interested with this color. This is the color, oh no, it's either Sugalite or Sugalite. I was gonna look that up so that I could sound so smart, but I didn't, I forgot to. It is this, obviously, as you can see, beautiful, vibrant purple color. I love me some neutrals, but I thought, I really wanna see if this is, I love me some neutrals, but I also really wanted to see how the yarn looked in person with a vibrant color. And this is quite lovely. This is more of a solid color, whereas the hopper fingering in natural is more of a sort of semi-solid tweedy color as well. This feels incredibly soft as well. It is made from 60% merino wool and 40% cultivated silk. It's 250 grams, 8.8 ounces. So this is a generous skein of yarn. And you get a whopping 550 yards or 502 meters with this. Another thing that I really enjoy, and it's super geeky. And if you're a geek, you'll love it too. This Sugalite or Sugalite actually has the chemical formula on here. That is just above and beyond with the branding. And I think this is great. So I'm currently actually working with this exact, well not this exact, but another one exactly like this, a hopper fingering in natural. I'm working on the Pavo hat by Michelle Wong, just so that when I do a review of a yarn, I don't like to sort of just feel it and look at it and do the numbers and say, yeah, this is great, you should use it. I like to knit with the product first, wash it, block it out so that I can tell you how it responds to that treatment. And I can also let you know what it's like to work with and what it's like to knit with. The Pavo hat is a cabled beanie or tam. I'm doing the tam. I know that it's not necessarily the best yarn to knit that particular pattern in because this is so drapey and soft and it is made from these luxurious fibers that, you know, it's not going to sort of hold, it'll drape quite a lot. That pattern is typically knit in a stiffer, more woolen spun yarn, but it's fine. I'll be able to give you an idea about it anyway. And I'm surprised at how textural it is already. But look, that's just kind of my first impressions. A full review will be coming later on and I'll show you the finished project as well. I actually ordered both of these, but the Fiberists sent me 2 of these ones. One was for a giveaway for you guys. I actually had intended for this to be a giveaway as well. So I am giving away both of these skeins of yarn and I'm going to randomly select from my bowl of Nice and Knit and create a little giveaway package. So how do you enter? How you always enter these things. First, I'm gonna need you to subscribe and comment on this video. I'm gonna need you to go over to Instagram, be following me there and tag 2 people. Then I'm gonna need you to get on Facebook and share my video 30 times. Then I'm going to need the blood of a virgin. No. All I need you to do is like this video, subscribe to be subscribed to my channel and leave a comment down below. Any comment that you like. And I will randomly select someone from the comments and these 2 and one of the Nice and Knit worsteds or fingering yarns will be yours. It's really that easy. And I'm gonna call this a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So thanks for being part of the ALTERKNIT family. So I really think that that sums up what's going to be happening this year. It probably doesn't sound too different from what's already been happening, and who knows, it probably won't be. But that's the plan anyway. Longer videos, more detailed, more rounded, more of a variety kind of format rather than trying to fragment everything. Except when it comes to reviews, I'll pretty much leave those as discrete individual videos, mainly because of discoverability, for the ease of finding it. If you're not a subscriber and you don't normally watch my channel, I often use YouTube to sort of have a look at a yarn that I might be interested in buying and see it more in a real world context rather than just on a product website. And quite often I'm confronted by like 1 hour, 40-minute long podcasts that don't have the product in the name. And so then I have to go sort of searching through the video to see where they may be reviewing the yarn. And it may not even be a review. It may just be that it's pretty, which is great. And I need to know that, but I need to know more than that too. So I'll keep those videos as individual as I can. I'm near wrapping it up. I wanted to let you know that I will be in Boston, Massachusetts for the first week in March this year. I know that's not too far away. So if anyone is in Boston, and I'm not sure if anyone has ever mentioned that they are, or if you're around the Boston area and you do want to meet up, please let me know. You can send me a message here on YouTube, or you can send me a message over on Instagram. If you don't have me on Instagram, then somewhere down here, I will have my details. It would be great to catch up for a coffee or something and have a little chat. I am in town for a medical conference, so there is a chunk of time where I won't be available. But if anyone wants to say hello and catch up, then I would love that. I will be going to the Boston Public Market to check out, as I've forgotten the name, it's like From Farm to Fiber or something like that. I'll be checking their shop out at the market. I know that there are plenty of yarn stores around, but if you have any recommendations or personal experiences with them, I'd love you to let me know. Finally, if there's any topic that you find really interesting that you would like me to cover this year on ALTERKNIT, please let me know. I welcome suggestions. And some of the new changes are as a result of suggestions that have been made to me on Ravelry. So don't be shy, let me know in the comments below the kind of content you want to see, because let's face it, this is something that I'm making because I love, but I want you to love it too. So let me know. I'm gonna go and edit this mess of a video and I will see you next time. But hey, it's good to be back. Bye guys. I'm a little rusty. I haven't said this in so long. Oh my God, stop saying you know. That's just be of this is a hot mess. Why do I make that noise? It's stupid.